Hey, what's up, guys? So I wanted to make this video to talk about gaming and the next gen experience and also last gen's experience. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I had the PS4 during the PS4 generation and all the games that were coming out, that felt premium, that felt next gen. And don't get me wrong, the SSD is a really cool feature to the PS5, and in the beginning the games were really a lot of fun with the Series X and the PS5. But as the years started going by, it started to feel as though there was more games being made as a remake from the previous gen rather than giving us new ideas, new ways of creating games to give us a new feel for next generation. And that's when I realized that we are not going to be getting the whole promise hype of what next gen was supposed to be. There was a lot of hype behind the PS5 and the Series X being able to run Unreal Engine 5, and we're going to see these graphics that look like photorealism and all that sorts, and I guess that's all for PC. But one thing I did notice is that when it came time for the people to purchase the PlayStation 5 because it was in stock, not as many people were buying it as they were just sticking with their PS4s. Now, and their PS4 Pros, you could say to these people that, they're selfish and they're messing with our next gen. They're messing with our next generation, next gen 9, because they're not buying the PS5 or the Series X. And let's break it down why they're not buying the PS5 when it's available now. Because until Sony comes out with something that gives us a reason, or any other gaming developer comes out with the game that gives us the reason to upgrade, there's not that big of a difference. Yes, you could see a little difference here and there when it comes to the resolution, the frame rates, and the overall quality of the sharpness. But at the end of the day, people are still not jumping over to the PS5. A lot of people don't have the money for the PS5, or they do have the money, they just don't feel it's necessary to buy. They're still playing the same games that we're playing on PS5 on PS4. So, Sony has to say to themselves, how can we get a generation to switch over to the next gen when we don't even make something that is convincing and sure to lure us into buying PlayStation 5s or even the Series X? Of course, the Series X right now, there's a lot of things that console I know is capable of, but I also know that the people that are behind it are being forced to make games in a way that caters to the corporation, that caters to the big shots in the company, because they don't want to let the game developers make a game that truly will outshine. And there was a saying in the beginning when the Series X, the reason why it's taking so long for their games to be made, because they're actually working on the games and they're actually trying to make them, they're going to be next gen because they're working on them. Who knows what these games are going to be like when they come out? Stalker 2, that's a huge question mark right there. I'm going to say it because that's the game that I was interested in. So at the same time, when it comes down to it, that's a big upset. That's a big upset because I thought we were waiting so long, because these games, when they come out, they're surely going to be way more polished than Sony's been, whipping out these plates of games at us, and that is not even close to being true. I mean, look at the games that came out, 30 FPS, broken games. You have these journalists, you have these YouTubers, you have these fanboys that are trying to defend this whole reasoning behind it all, but it's unexcusable. We were playing the same kind of content on last gen, let alone, we were quite happy and we were quite impressed when we would get a 60 FPS game, or even, higher at that point. And so, I have to say it, there's still that standstill, there's still the halt of giving us what we paid for. When I paid for my Series X, when I paid for my PlayStation 5, I expected to be be immersed in next-gen gaming. I expected to be blown away with everything. And now I'm starting to realize that it's nothing more than a fake hype that was brought up the whole time. Do I still play? I still play my games, but I don't have the hype that I did when I had my PS4. You know, when PS4 was around, that to me felt like next gen because it was just cool. It was, the games were made and they didn't make the games, you know. And at the time I had my PS4 Pro, I wasn't really gaming into the Xbox until somebody in social media said I should get an Xbox. So I got the Xbox, tried it out, bought a couple games with it, a couple digital, and I found that those games weren't as impressive as when I play on the PS5 or when I play on the PS4 Pro. I'm sorry. So I would always find myself going back to the PS4 Pro all the time, and that's something that I did over and over again, and that's what I'm doing now in this generation. I'm actually sticking with PS5 because PS5, in my opinion, just feels more premium than the Series X. Now, I know the Series X is capable of very powerful games. Like, we didn't buy these consoles to be told that these consoles can't handle it. It's just the Series X is held back by the Series S, and the PS5 is held back by the PS4 generation. And, you know, you can't really blame the fans of PS4 because they haven't seen that much of a difference to upgrade to the PS5. Only the true diehards, you know, the people that really want the next gen experience, which if you call it that. So, you know, whenever Sony's, you know, kind of disappointed at the number of the sales, you know, they have to really think, when they made their PS5, did they make it with intent to combine the PS4 into making games? Because we're not getting next gen, and neither will we get next gen. Even if the PS5 Pro comes out, the most we'll get out of that will be increased uplifted resolution, because everybody's already stating that the CPU being the same size is not going to make any drastic change, maybe 10, 15, 20%, but you know, it's going to be very similar to the PS5. And so even the PS5 owners, you know, they're going to still stay on the PS5. So this video is just talking about the reality of these consoles that are supposedly were supposed to be next gen are not. You know, they're not. They're just a ultra lift. They're a optimized version of the PS4 Pro. You know, the PS5 is an optimized version of the PS4. Yes, the controller is innovative. Yes, the rumbling in the controller is innovative. The 3D sound is innovative. There's a lot of things that really felt premium like next gen, but when you realize you're just playing the game, you're getting an upgrade from the previous gen. So if you buy, like, for instance, like, okay, the Resident Evil games that were used to be 30 FPS went to 60 FPS. So you're noticing a drastic difference in performance and gameplay. So people like that, you know, that's cool. But we're supposed to be moving on from the previous generation and into something that is not going to copy this generation in the next generation. So, all right, guys, so you heard my take on the whole thing. There's also a problem with the people on YouTube hyping up these consoles because they get paid huge amounts of money and hyping up these consoles, and we're not getting the results. I remember a game that people were hyping and they were so saying it's so worth it, and then when you go to buy it, you're like, what is this? This isn't what everybody's saying it is. It's supposed to be a lot better. But that's my take on the next generation of consoles. Right now, I'm just at a standstill when it comes to wondering, should I even upgrade to anything? Probably will get the PS5 Pro because I want to be able to see the enhancement of the PS5, because I am a PlayStation gamer. That is my ecosystem. When I go to gaming, it is PlayStation. You guys all know that. It's convenient. I don't have to wait for a computer to load up. When I play in the Series X, I still feel like the Series X is a powerful console with people that don't know how to use that power. If they could hire some people that could show them what it takes to make truly great video games, and they have, but they've also fired them and closed down their studios. So they're just incompetent, and I'm going to say it. Microsoft is incapable of impressing the fans because all they care about is the money, the shareholders, and everything that goes along with thousands or millions of different investments. So with that being said, y'all have a great rest of your evening, and I will come back with the next one. I'm in my car, of course, that's why you can't see me, but this is a conversation that has to do with gaming and what I think about next gen and previous gen. Alright guys, Stealth Dragon for life. Subscribe, share this video, comment. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.